Well, good evening, staff. This is the uncut version of the updates and reminders. Trying a new program here so you can actually see my face this time. Don't know if that's a plus or a minus, probably a minus. But just wanted to run through these very quickly this evening. DNF report right here. Please take a look at that. We have 5 days left in the quarter. Just 5, so really make sure our students understand and comprehend that they need to get that work in. If you have zeros in your grade book for some reason, please communicate with students, making sure that they need to get those made up as soon as possible. If not, they will have incompletes for the quarter, so make that loud and clear to them. Pacing, again, just kind of look and see where you're at. Big date right here. Report cards will go live March 12th. Make sure that you are getting those grades in and your grade books are up to date, especially for parents as we wind down. Parents unfortunately go into freak out mode. They actually start looking at grade books. So make sure your report cards, or excuse me, your grade books are updated this week as we go into report card season. March 9th is Teacher Work Day. Going to have you guys working in your departments and also having you guys put together some of those curriculum maps that we talked about last Teacher Work Day or Professional Development Day. We'll also have a short meeting before that. I'll figure out a time once I look at the schedule for the day. But want to give you some time to work, not looking to take up your whole day in a planning or meeting. This one's kind of interesting. COVID-19, coronavirus. Trying not to cause alarm, but want you guys to be thinking through what would happen if we stayed home for a week, or what would happen if we stayed home for a month. There have been schools that have closed just for the regular flu for weeks at a time, and so how would we continue on with that instruction? And so actually the software I'm using tonight, I'll put down at the bottom. This would be a way that you could continue instruction, even doing a video, uploading it to Google Classroom. Right here, there's personalized student learning with Google Classroom in our differentiation unit in Simple K-12. That's worth looking over. I encourage you, spend the 30 minutes to watch that talk or webinar in particular. It's very good. Please, this is a must. This is not an option. Sanitize and clean your classroom daily. Door handles, desk. Please use Virex, Clorox wipes, Lysol. I prefer Virex, but I know we may be running a little low. So use the tools that you have to make sure your classroom stays clean. Trauma workshops and takeaways. Won't spend a lot of time here. We did that last week. Talked through that a bit. I have 6 responses to this, so please make sure you get those to me as soon as possible. Continue to add to our web tool backpack. Ms. Nelson has added as well a lot of tools there, so please use those at your disposal. Great information on that document. Teacher observations. I made my way around last week and saw some fabulous things occurring in the classroom. Looking at differentiation, looking at simple procedures, but also just getting in the classrooms and seeing what makes Hickory Grove great, and that's you guys, the teachers. And love to encourage you. If you, when I'm in there, I usually write up about a page long worth of notes, page and a half. Most of it's, pretty much all of it's positive. There may be some suggestions and feedback just for improvement on certain things, but don't be alarmed if you get a long write-up. I would rather take my time and do it well than just do it halfway. So please don't be alarmed if you get an email and it's a page and a half of notes. You can disregard them if you don't think they're great, but hopefully you'll use them and make your classroom better. Simple K-12, don't forget about our unit there. We talked about that. Cultural translator, some interesting thoughts here this week with Gen Z and the election coming up. Also TikTok and what was the other big thing that was in there? Oh, Juul, the e-cigs, the vape craze that's going on, and just kind of how that's all playing out in our culture. So some good information there. Reminder, communicate, Google Classroom, and also just using RimWeb if that's what you use as well. I believe that is it. Please continue to do a good job in guidance lunch, and also if you look over down here at the bottom, some continued prayer requests for us all. So I appreciate you all very much. I hope that you find these useful in your classrooms as we go through updates, but also just a way for you to get what it would look like if you had to teach from home. This is what you could do to go through a document with students, etc. So praying for you, and I hope you have a great Monday.